Here he is. Right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself and what you did.
My name is Robert Winbush. I was a Warrant Officer 1, United States Marine Corps. I've been to several different countries. I can't really go into a whole lot of detail of what I did. But I was with Special Operations. And I told them I needed to go first because I need to get back up there and put out there. Thank you for all the veterans out there that have served in any branch. And I thank you because you laid the groundwork for what I followed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, you can stop for a minute if you want. Firstly, thank you, Pam, for helping me put this together. I made a program a couple days ago, so everybody should have a program. If you want one, let us know now so you can follow along. And we also, because I have to wear a mask, I printed out the speech that I'm going to be saying so that people can follow along. I know a lot of people read lips, and I do, but pardon my grammar errors, it was literally just a little speech, I did this, and I just made a whole bunch of copies for everybody. So we're going to start this Veterans Day celebration here in a moment, once everybody seems to be ready. I'm going to be calling out names, okay, of the veterans, a list that we have made by Pam. Thank you, Pam. If I get your rank or mispronounce your name wrong, please feel free to correct me. I don't know everyone, so I know there's a lot of new faces here. I've been in the health center for the last 2 years, pretty much. So forgive me in advance if I give the wrong rank or whatever. Just correct me. So I'm going to start this. I'm going to start today with a speech. And I wasn't going to read it, but because, like I said, of the mask mandate and everything, I printed it out and I'm going to read what I wrote. Okay, so today is a very important day, a day to honor each individual who has been a pillar to our nation, a pillar that helps this great nation stand mighty since its very beginnings. We cannot take for granted our nation's heroes, which we have among us, and we must showcase the utmost respect for those who have made gigantic, selfless sacrifices to honor our country and maintain freedom. Many take for granted the freedoms that this nation provides to its citizens and residents. In America, we are allowed to be who we want to be, believe in what we want to believe in, and have endless freedoms of expression that is so incredibly rare in the world, if you look around. Today, here, we will not take these freedoms for granted, and we will honor those who walk the walk, answered our nation's call to duty, and present them with a token of appreciation and applause. And the token will be given to me. And the name at the bottom, Staff Sergeant Jason Timblett, is me, veteran, just like many of you. Also, a shout out to the veterans' wives. I know it's not hard when your spouse goes overseas and you have to raise kids by yourself. It's hard. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So we'll start our program. We're going to pin our veterans after Pam. I know it's a little out of sequence, but we're going to have Pam Hazelton, who is an Army wife. She's pretty much a veteran too. I mean, that's a duty within itself, isn't it? And she is going to lead us here for a second, and then we'll move on from there.
Hey.
Thank you. Before we do anything else, it is my honor and privilege for the first time as we join each other in a large group to introduce our new Chief Executive Officer. Reggie, are you hiding behind the post?
Thank you, Pam. I'm a little taller than the mic stand. Hi, everyone. I'm Reggie. I'll let you see my face and not cough.
Oh, that was too fast. Hey, thank you.
Pam gave me a call and said folks were gathering today. I can't think of a more important or appropriate time for me to be able to introduce myself to you. I'm not going to talk about myself. I'll do that in additional meetings that I'm sure we'll have. There's some being scheduled now. But my dad was a veteran. He served in World War II. Thank you. My mask is just totally fogging up my glasses. I'm sure none of you can relate to that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So he lied about his age and was volunteered and was taken into the Navy at 17. Within a year, he was in Europe. I'm originally from North Carolina, so he was in that theater in Europe. And he was, I think they were called, some Navy guys will know, LST, something like that. It's the odd-shaped boat that takes the Marines to the shore. And he watched those guys. If you've ever seen Saving Private Ryan, the horrific scenes at the beginning of that movie where these guys are getting off these little human carriers onto the shore with landmines and machine guns that were hidden away. It was just a horrific time. Imagine being 17 and seeing that. So I've always valued what he gave to me and to us, as did many others, and I always remember him today. So it's just so great to see all of you. I appreciate Pam giving me a few minutes to talk. I know you have a lot of questions, I do too, but just know I'm here. I'm hard at work. I will get around to see all of you, I hope, eventually. And it is my absolute pleasure and honor to be a part of the Hearthstone. So thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So that was a wonderful privilege to be the first people here at the Hearthstone to hear you. Today, I do want to correct one assumption. I am a latecomer Army wife. Hunter and I have only been married for 14 years, and his late wife, Jean, was the one who traversed the whole country, dragging 4 small children with her. So I don't know how many bases, probably close to 20 different assignments. And Jean was a saint. She's been gone for quite a while, so I feel honored to be called an Army wife. The second. We couldn't have a Hearthstone gathering without some music. Now, because we can't all sing, I've been asked to sing. I haven't been singing for a long time. So put up with me. We have to keep our masks on. But it seems to me if we hum along, it does not give any extra breath. So if you go, I don't think it will cause any problems. So we are going to sing, or hum, America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, o'er spacious skies, o'er amber waves of grain, o'er purple mountains, majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with silver. thank you very much. And for putting up with a very old 85-year-old voice that doesn't sing much anymore. Now it is my privilege to have Mr. Franz Wasserman do a poem for us. We probably all heard it. It's very beautiful. In Flanders Field. Franz?
All right.
Do you want to come up and do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to come up, but give me a hand, so I don't want to fall down while we do this.
you to fall down, We don't want you to fall, right?
Yeah. All right, I guess I should use this microphone.
There you go.
Yeah.
We all have our own microphones because of COVID, so it's a little weird.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard among the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Get up and down again, yeah. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Franz.
These are tricky stairs for all of us whose sense of balance may have diminished a bit over the years. And I have the distinct honor of introducing my husband, Hunter Hazelton. Colonel, would you like to come up here, or would you like to?
No, I'd like to
present them
sit down
here?
here
Okay.
and borrow your microphone and turn the chair around and
How about sitting on this one where you're up a little higher? Make sure the brakes are on.
interactions with the veterans of, I got it. Vet VA is that just before I moved in here 4 years ago, they said, here's a piece of paper that tells you your new evaluation on how much disability you have. The number was 70%. Now this is a guy who went through Ranger School, had command in combat, used to share every time we'd come off an operation. We used to share a poker game with the infantry guys that we had been supporting. And it is to those infantry guys that I speak and address now, plus all the other guys in the world that laid it on the line for them. The title of this one is Remember Them. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the glowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys that we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now part of us as we remember them. Thank you.
Thank you, Hunter.
Should we do the pin?
I think now it's your turn to
Yeah.
take over the mic. I don't know if I have the right mic or not. Heavenly days.
It's okay,
Thank you.
oh, well, this one's yours. You did have it right.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the, thank you. Can we get one more round of applause for those two? They were so well presented. So right now I have, this is the time where we are going to give you each, all the veterans here, a little pin. And we're going to read off every name in alphabetical order, okay? So we are going to start with Fred Adair, U.S. Navy Captain, 7 ships, Captain of 3, 1948 to 74. Let's give him a round of applause. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
And again, if you can't get up, I'll give you the pins after the ceremony. It's a little wonky for everybody to come up here. Next, we have Arts Keith, U.S. Coast Guard Reserve. Give him a round of applause. Is he here?
No art.
No art. Next, Jerry Berkeley, U.S. Navy. And he's actually, he's one of ours in the health center, but I believe his wife is here. Is she here right now? No, she's not here, so. She said she may come. Next, we have Clifford Berkeley, U.S. Army, PFC, UCLA, California, Alaska, 1942 to 1946. There he is, Captain. Richard Carter, U.S. Army, Buck Sergeant, which is no longer a rank, isn't it? 3 years in the military. Let's give him a round. Richard Dunn, U.S. Air Force, my favorite branch. First Lieutenant Professor, Air Force Academy, 1963 to 67. Let's give him a round of applause. I was Air Force too, so I always have to say that. I'm sorry. Dick Ellison, U.S. Army, PFC Seattle, under Alaska Communication Systems, 2 years. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Okay. Next we have Jack Frankenfort, U.S. Army National Guard, Colonel, 33.5 years, Alaska. Dick Gillette, U.S. Navy Line Officer, Lieutenant, 1953 to 55, Pacific Ocean Destroyer, Korean War. Wow, that is a lot. Frank Grief, U.S. Army Sergeant, E5. guess I gotta put this in the stand. I forgot I can't clap. Okay, let's see here. Next we have Bob Harmon, U.S. Army, PFC, Infantry, ETO, 3rd Army, Normandy to Austria. Wow. Glenn Hartquist, U.S. Army Medical Corps, Reserve, 8 years. This is very short, you guys. There we go. Okay. Hunter Hazelton, U.S. Army Colonel, 25 years, Field Artillery, Missiles, Logistics, Vietnam, Germany, Korea. Wow. Jack Kaplan, U.S. Army, PFC, Infantry, 1944 to 1946, Europe and Japan. That's really rare. Cool. Bob Hunter, U.S. Army Captain. Is he? Let's give him a round of applause. Nick Johnson, U.S. Army Deputy Chief of Staff, 1964 to 66, Washington, D.C., and Reserves. Jim Killingsworth, U.S. Army Radar Tech, E4, Lifeguard Officers Club, 1961 to 64, Fort Wachita. I hope I said that right. Very, very good. Mary Kay Crescencia, U.S. Army Reserves Captain. Give her a round of applause. Jack Kristad, U.S. Army Special Force, 36 MRU AGC ETO 1964 to 56. Wow, that's great. Thank you. Dave Larson, who is also up in the health center with me. I believe his representative and wife is here, Bev Larson. He was a U.S. Marine Corps Corporal, 3 years, Korea, Japan. Let's give him a round of applause. Oh, thank you. This one's a little out of alphabetical order, but he would have been at the top here. Don Bell, Lieutenant Air Force, Vietnam. Wow, let's give him a round of applause. There he is, back there. Another health center resident, Dwight Lupardis, U.S. Air Force, Staff Sergeant, 1966 to 1970. Let's give him a round of applause. Jim Matson, U.S. Army Corporal, 2 years, Germany. Very great. Phyllis McFerrin, U.S. Navy, Waves, Y2C, 2 years, FPO, New York City. Wow, let's give her the Waves are being rare. Robert McGuire, U.S. Marine Corps, PFC, 2 years. Robert Nura, U.S. Navy Commander for 24 years. Let's give him a round of applause. Tom Olson, U.S. Army Captain. David Wren, U.S. Army Special Force. So when I say Special Force, I'm not saying Special Forces. Signal Corps, 18 months, Fort Stewart, Georgia. Let's give him a round of applause. Very good. Lost my place, you guys. Sorry, give me a second here. Dick Sater, U.S. Navy, 3rd Class Petty Officer, Aviation Electric Reserves. Wow. Scotty Scott, U.S. Army Reserves. Let's give him a round of applause. Is he in here? Another one who's a health center resident, so he's up there with me, is Jerry Schiller, U.S. Army Corporal, World War II veteran, 1943 to 46, 96th Division, South Pacific. But where's his wife? There's Belle. The other Belle. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you for taking his little token. Okay. Donald Schultz, U.S. Navy First Class Petty Officer, Aerial Photographer, 1952 to 1956. There we go. Jeff Steele, U.S. Navy Lieutenant Commander, Navy Hospital, Guam, Tropics. That sounds nice right now. 1971 to 1974. There you go. Let's give him a round of applause. Can you bring the sun? We need it. Let's see here. Norman Swenson, U.S. Army Corporal, Radio Operator, 1953 to 54, West Germany. Let's give him a big round of applause too. Carlton Thurman, U.S. Army Master Sergeant, 1946 to 67, Italy, France, Alaska, Taiwan, Turkey, and Germany. Wow, look at that. David Town, U.S. Army Reserve, U.S. Navy Reserve, 1948 to 1951. Wow, let's give him a big round of applause. And his other half is with us up in the health center as well. Okay, let's see here. Dave Walkerbarth, U.S. Army, 1956 to 1958. Wow, there you go. Let's give him a round of applause. Tom Wagner, U.S. Marine Corps, Corporal. Not too many Marines, so we have a few. Franz Wasserman, who also read Flanders Field. Thank you for that reading. U.S. Army Captain, Medical Corps, 2 years, France, Germany. Let's give him a big round of applause. And thank you for the speech, or the poem. Arthur Wherat, U.S. Air Force, go Air Force Captain, Flight Physician, 6 months, Montgomery, Alabama. There we go. Let's give him a round of applause. Milton Wolf, U.S. Army Special, 3rd Class, 1955 to 1957. I meant specialist. 1955 to 1957. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you all. You all really are heroes, and your families are up there with you because they went through it all as well. You know, family units are really important in the military world, as we all know. They go through a lot too, so let's give a round of applause to the families and the wives.
How did you tell them about your service?
Oh yes, I was, I'm retired out of the Air Force, Staff Sergeant. I got out a little early, I got out of 10 years, not 20. But I was, I'm an Iraqi, second Iraq War veteran. I was there for a year. And we did the convoys there, which was pretty crazy. I look back and it seems all surreal now. Just like I know a lot of our veterans, you know, we look back and we can't believe that we did half of the things we did, you know. It's incredible. So I really look up to all of you. But yeah, I was Air Force, so I'm horrible at talking about myself in the military because I'm getting better at it. But I not that I don't like to think about it, but just like a lot of us who served, sometimes we move on. We move on, and we want to be part of society again. And sometimes it's a big struggle. And when I'm struggling with it, I look up to a lot of you, whether you know it or not. When I catch you in the hallway or when I say hi to you, I really do look up to you because I know that you've walked the walk and have done things that, you know, only we can really understand about each other. And I really, really, really appreciate it when you guys talk to me and thank me, because I thank you as well. So, thank you. That's all that I have. If I missed anybody, go ahead and feel free to speak up.
Okay.
Did I miss anyone?
No, we were just honoring Hart because he was in the service, but not in the, but Hart wasn't in the U.S. service, so he got an honorary pin tonight.
Oh, good. Very good. What were you in?
I was serving in the German Bundeswehr, which was at that time and still is a staunch ally
Yes.
of the United States. Actually, I remember at some point we did some big maneuver with NATO troops and some Americans also, and our corporal tried to intimidate us. We should really get out of the way of the Americans. We don't know what would happen to us, but we didn't see them. But we worked together, yes. And
Yes.
I was for 2 years, 64 to 66, and a lieutenant, second grader, how you say it, that was my service. And it's especially meaningful to me now, since I have finally become an American citizen. That was in March 2020. And so I
Let's give
feel
her a round of applause. That's wonderful. Wow. So
Thank you.
that's something that we also need to recognize. We have so many other nations who have fought alongside us. And we do need to give them respect because they walked the walk, they went through it all as well. And even me in the second Iraq war, like we had a lot of British troops and troops from all over the place. Uganda. A lot of people don't know that. We worked with a lot of Ugandans. So, do we have another veteran down there?
We have our wave.
There's our one Navy wave. We recognized you earlier, but let's give you a round of applause. So, the Navy waves, we all know about them. They're iconic, and we have one amongst us. How cool is that, really? That's, it's such a little tiny thing, There's not a lot of them left, so we're very fortunate and lucky. Does anybody want to say anything? I can go ahead and disinfect this mic, and I can pass it along. We'll try to follow the COVID rules as best as we can. Does anybody have anything to say? You can step up or I can go to you, and the room is ours, because that concludes it for the actual ceremony, but words are always great from anybody. Anyone? Back there in the back? I can't see who that is, I'm sorry.
Bob Harmon.
Oh, there he is back. This light's blinding, I thought it was you.
I spent a lot of time in Germany shooting at Germans, but I also spent a lot of time after the war. And for all of us, I think it's great that Germans said, thank you for liberating us.
Well, let's give a round of applause for that. That's beautiful. Well, and I'm going to conclude it. If I missed you, feel free. I'll stick around for a while so that I can talk to you guys. And yes, would you?
Dick Gillette.
Dick Gillette.
I think it's really important for us to remember, particularly those of us who served only, particularly important for those of us who only served 3 years. I had not heard anyone else today speak of this, but I, for one, matured tremendously in the military. And I was a naive young college graduate and thrust onto a Navy destroyer. And the Navy formed so much of me, and really, I'm greatly indebted. And I think probably most, if not all of us, are similarly so.
We're so glad you matured.
I wanted to say too, I know that her husband was a Marine. He wishes he could visit all of you. A lot of you know him, so I'm, kind of being his representative as well. Excuse me?
You just said her husband.
Oh, sorry about that. Beth Larson. So her husband is Dave Larson, and he was a Marine. And he deserves a round of applause. And so does somebody who I'm really close with up in the health center. He can't be here either. Jerry Scheller is his name, and his wife is here, Beth. So let's get one for him too. Those are really great guys, and they've been through so much, and they're continuing their fight right now. But they're just great people, and yes. So thank you, everybody.
One more here.
Oh yes. I'm having a hard time seeing, so I'm so sorry.
Well, those of you who know me know I can never pass up a chance to talk. I would like to say a word for those who also serve by only standing and waiting. And that is the military spouse who goes through a lot and has difficult times, and it's wonderful to praise the men who have gone off and done all these amazing things. But the spouses have done some pretty amazing things too. So here's to us old wives.
How many times did you drive cross country?
Oh, too many.
She drove across country many times. I do want to mention Phyllis McFerrin of Waves is here.
Yeah.
We actually have a recording of her talk and also of Franz's talk, both military related. Maybe Phyllis would like to say a word or two?
Well, I'm glad to get here in time. And I'm delighted that you're having this program today to honor our veterans, because they are a great bunch. I feel like I'm really at the bottom of the list because, well, I'm old. But also, there aren't many years left.
Let's give her a round of applause. There are some left, though. You're here, so there are some left. But today, it does feel strange not being able to sing the songs. I tried, but because of COVID, which has to affect everything, we're not able to sing along with the forces songs. But we were going to sing the Air Force song, Marine song, Navy song, and the Army song, and the Coast Guard song. So, but hopefully next year we can do that. And thank you, Pam. I'm going to hand it over to Pam. She'll close it out for us. And thank you guys so much. This was a great honor. I look up to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Jason, for putting this all together. And for you, Alan, for doing all the stuff you did, and for all the maintenance people who did all the sound stuff and what have you all together with us. And thank you all for coming. I grew up in San Francisco during the Second World War, and I was privileged to be able to go with my mother because she was one of the non-Army spouses or Navy spouses in the city. My father tried to get into the Navy by memorizing the eye chart, but the doctor asked him to read the third line from the bottom backwards, and he flunked. So he ended up piloting a boat around San Francisco Bay, one of the ones from the St. Francis Yacht Club. So I didn't have a real war experience, but my mother was always called when an officer and the chaplain came to let the wife know that her husband had been lost in the war. And if they had children, I got to go along. And so I kind of experienced firsthand what it was like for the women and the children left behind. So thank you for bringing that up, because that was a very big growing up to do as a little girl. So, but thank you all for coming. This is such a wonderful treat to be able to get together for the first time in 2 years. Have a good evening, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Wow, that was